I'm not just gonna stand here and wait. I wanna just decide what is to be my fate. Alone all by myself, I'm not just gonna stay here and wait.
Good morning, everyone. I've got crap internet at the moment, so give me a 5x5 if you can actually hear me or make out any sounds I'm saying. So a 5x5 if anyone's actually out there and can hear what I'm saying. Anybody. Anybody at all. Okay, thank you, Rose, that you can actually hear me. Yeah, it's been a day. It's been quite the day. It's been a WFYC kind of day. Remember, you heard it here first. Yeah. Turtle Boy got his way, and the jury was hung. From what we've heard, it was 10-2, with two people not saying anything bad about the two people, but one was on a jury where they couldn't consciously send someone to jail. The other one was an F the police person. How the hell the two made it on the jury is beyond me. But they better do better in the retrial, and yes, they've announced that the retrial is going to happen. So regardless of all the news that we are about to play you, remember, there was a mistrial in the Karen Reed case. We'll have details in the paper tomorrow morning. And yeah, it's been a long, long day. We've had a couple of requests as to what we're going to do next. For this week, we will probably take it a little bit easy because it's been 6-7 weeks of just this case. And it ended in an incredibly disappointing result. So we're going to focus on things we can control for next couple, at least this week. We'll be having Drunk Girl Theater at 1 o'clock Eastern every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And then we'll be doing our panels at 8 o'clock p.m. on Tuesday, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Sundays are makeup day in case something else goes weird. We also have our week in review every Sunday morning, 9 a.m. That's 9 a.m. Eastern. We also have, this week, remember, Thursday, I am off the air, so we'll be having some best of specials. We'll probably at least have the best of Chili de Castro for Thursday, since it is the 4th of July. I'm writing the newspaper that I'm probably going to sleep all damn day. That's what I think I deserve. I don't know. With that note, we're going to jump into the paper. I realize that everybody in the world is over on Mark's channel right now, so I hope you catch up later, bastards. You know what time we start every night. Anyway, let's go and get into the news. No winners at war for Sunday. I'm not sure what to expect from me at this point. I can't go on pretending that there's not a vast conspiracy to keep me writing this column every morning at 3 a.m. Up from the 4 a.m. we used to publish at, because we're writing for audio now. Wait, Winners in War and Sunday. Added just for the WordPress algorithm, y'all. Text is dead! Long live the radio gods! Wait, radio's dead too. Podcasting! Maybe? No, podcasters are for losers who are living with their parents in their 50s because they're burned out on real jobs and got suckered into covering murder cases. Wait, At least Rose is real and not a vacuum cleaner. That was low even for me, but true, and I'm thankful every day for her presence at 5 a.m. to keep reminding me that she's in the real world while I'm living a teenage dream of writing and performing for a living. Online, of course. I'm entirely out of ideas for the rest of this column for the day. Despite yelling and screaming like Daffy Duck meets Elmer Fudd, even the 2-hour nap I took between starting and finishing this column hasn't helped. Part of it is what I said above. In the old days, I was writing for a newspaper. That meant the most I'd write at 4 a.m. to 6 a.m. would be about 2 pages of text in the current format. I wouldn't fret over stretching things out, or if there wasn't a lot of news to go around, because F it. It was a newspaper, and we could come and go with just a story a day or no stories at all, if there wasn't anything to print, because we were a newspaper. With the switch over to doing the news and a YouTube broadcast/podcast each night, things got a bit tougher. With Microsoft Word's current settings, using the Aptos body font at 12 points, each page translates into roughly 2 to 3 minutes of airtime, depending on spacing. This story is currently about 2 minutes if I've timed it properly, with all the weird formatting at the start of the story. It's important because now I'm worried about word counts and entertainment, and by God, putting us past at least 8 minutes of broadcast so we give YouTube something to monetize if we ever hit 1,000 subscribers. No wonder I've been so tired each morning. We just hit 2,001 words total, over 4 stories and about 3 solid hours of writing and 2 napping, and we're at page 6 as I type. I hate you all. We won the day with a $10 donation. Everything else hit goose eggs, and now I'm convinced more than ever that the conspiracy is out to ruin my life. You've won, conspirators! You've won! I'm your puppet. But thank you, all in all, as I can afford McDonald's for another day back at the grindstone. Protection Order Monday in Canton. As if the weekend couldn't get any weirder, Aiden Turtleboy Kearney announced on his Twitter feed on Sunday that he was just informed his ex-girlfriend Lauren Murray will be supporting Karen Reed at the Canton Courthouse on Monday. Why would he care about his ex-girlfriend's presence at a rally of what he says is hundreds of people? Because she has a protection order against Kate Peter, leader of the Masshole Troll Mafia. Kearney also has a protection order against Peter, and apparently the 2 protection orders double-team Peter's new bestie and ex-girlfriend of Turtleboy, Lindsay Gaetini, who has a protection order against Kearney. Is anyone else following this? Peter showed up to the circus atmosphere of Reed supporters outside the courthouse on Friday, leading a group of anti-Reed protesters. They marched through the pro-Reed people and dominated news coverage during the noon hour, as it was the first time an organized group came to protest Reed. Kearney himself was not honored, as attendees on Friday thanked Nick and Jenna Rocco, his replacements as PR people for Karen Reed, for organizing the events and fundraising in Karen Reed's honor. He was forgotten by the crowd, which, in credit to him, was inspired by the things that he did last summer when he was the PR person for Reed, and before his actions got him charged with felony witness intimidation. He also had to leave the assembly and retreat to the courthouse because Gaetini was outside the building, and she has a protection order that requires a buffer zone around her, except when the 2 are in the same court hearings together. Kearney announced Murray's presence in advance, as Peter is currently facing multiple charges involved in reported violations of Murray's protection orders against her. In Kearney's reasoning, Peter cannot lead an anti-Reed group on scene, as Murray will be there to support Reed. This is hardly 3-dimensional chess. Kearney is blocked by Gaetini, Peter is blocked by Murray. Jess Mikado blocks reporter Grant Smith-Ellis as well because, reasons? And protection orders are one way to control the anti-Reed folks. The question now will be, if he negates Peter, will anyone notice enough to love him again? The Free Karen Reed movement is clearly in the hands of the Roccos now. Despite his best efforts in framing the Albert and McCabe families last week in the staged incident outside of D&E Pizza, the movement he created didn't rally around him. His interviews with Karen Reed's defense team consist of him screaming things at Reed and her lawyers as they pass him by and provide him with no other exclusives. And, while he can get on Fox News, who don't seem to care about background checks on guests, he's been banned by Court TV and replaced by Nick Rocco. Where he goes next is entirely up to him. After all, he's got a major motion picture coming, doesn't he? DeCastro shares his take on Carolina and Fort Worth. Late to the party, Jose Chili DeCastro weighed in on the Carolina and Fort Worth controversy on Sunday, with a new video in which his editor spliced old footage of his reactions to other subjects with new videos taken from other places to make it seem like it was a new video from DeCastro. While DeCastro can be heard in new audio accusing Officer Matthew Kruger of the Fort Worth Police Department of body-slamming Carolina and Fort Worth, and calling for his fans to rise up and protest at the police station that Kruger works at and at the Fort Worth Town Hall, his message was several days out of touch when it was released. Both attorney C.J. Grisham and James Freeman Springer have pulled their videos where they accuse the officer of body-slamming Carolina. They did so after seeing the video and seeing the use of force was a mix of Carolina pulling away and the officer apparently trying to grab her to bring her back into custody. While we're not condoning what the officer did, there were no blatant strikes or punches, and the various angles of body cam and security cam leave more questions than answers. Carolina is clearly resisting, and the officer is perhaps overusing the force needed to retain someone as small and frail as Carolina as she was trying to pull away from him. DeCastro, of course, is late to the party, as he's currently jailed in the Clark County, Nevada Detention Center. With 9 more days to go until his appeals hearing and the promise by DeCastro that he'll be freed, he is already trying to get back into form, as his glorious return is either 9 or 29 days away, depending on what reality you're living in. The video features James Freeman, who, of course, is a named enemy of DeCastro. DeCastro has promised time after time that he'd sue Freeman out of spite for criticizing him in the past, so the reliance on Freeman's comments on Caroline's predicament only go to serve DeCastro's need to paint himself as a unifier, as his freedom from prison is just days away. DeCastro's video focused on the theme, as his editor spliced in footage from the four-way dance of Carolina and Fort Worth, Leroy the Truth, Christopher Denver Metro Audit's Cordova, another known enemy of DeCastro, and an inebriated Christopher Direct D. Ruff, as they shared ideas about uniting the community under a single leader who will step forward and... You know where this is going. DeCastro is shaping himself to be the leader of the First Amendment auditors. He had been doing this before he went to jail, and now that he can smell freedom, it's time to prepare ourselves as the smell of freedom is coming, and the new boss is coming out of jail to lead everyone to unity. Or not. But if it gets him through the next 29 days until he's released, it'll be quite the shit show when he does taste that freedom. Long Island Audits joins Cameo. Anyone remember Cameo? No, not the 1980s singer that your mom or grandma danced to at the strip club. Cameo, the online video service where you can have personalized videos sent to people of D-tier movie stars, YouTube celebrities, and... Long Island Audit? That's right. Sean Paul Long Island Audit Riaz joined the Cameo service back in November of 2023 and is highly rated in his single review. Megan Reck wrote, "This video was amazing. My husband loves it. Hopefully see you in October in Pensacola." Megan paid $50 for a 44-second clip of Riaz greeting her husband, wishing him a happy birthday, and commenting on his libertarian beliefs. Hers is the only review on the page, which came in on June 21st, 2024. There doesn't seem to be any signs of life other than that, and frankly, $1 per second of airtime may be scaring off customers who would rather hear from Dame Drops, Doug the Nostalgia Critic Walker, 90s singer Lisa Loeb, or even any one of the 500 ASMR-related YouTubers ready to whisper for bucks to tell you happy birthday. His other venture, Attorney Shield, also has active online reviews with real participation from someone at the company, or real participation from somebody at the company who review it on Google. For those who have may forgotten, Attorney Shield isn't Legal Shield. Legal Shield is that service that will connect you to a lawyer from your phone in seconds to provide you with all sorts of legal advice for one low monthly fee. Attorney Shield will connect you to a lawyer when you're pulled over by police on the side of the road and want to make things worse by litigating on the side of the road through a lawyer you've never met and one who will more than likely never be appearing in court on your behalf. When the app works, of course. Between Google and Apple, Android devices seem to work better with the service, with a 3.9 average rating and an active presence by a snarky member of Attorney Shield's PR team responding to customer reviews and complaints. The major concern by Android users was the need to input a credit card when installing the program, which the snarky customer service person promises will be fixed in a future patch. On Apple, it seems that the biggest complaint is trying to get the app to work at all. The app carries a 3.6 rating and has a disturbing review from at least one user who said it was much too slow in connecting with someone who could help him. Dark Shark 632024. Too slow. I had a traffic stop on June 1st, 2024, and pressed the button as the cop pulled over. I was waiting for the attorney, but no answer. The entire traffic stop was over, and still no attorney. It was like scrolling the whole time, over 8 minutes at least. I was able to cajole myself out of getting a ticket, but if I had remained silent and waited for the app, which never answered, I'd have gone to jail. I got the subscription to bless me, not curse me. I like the concept, but if this happens again, I'm going to cancel my subscription and tell everyone to wait until they get their stuff together. It's not worth paying the subscription fee if you're going to catch a case anyway. I should get some discount as well. The waiting stressed me out more than the traffic stop. There's no snarky person responding to comments on the Apple ecosystem, so users have been left in silence, though we're thinking, perhaps as a rebate, for a lack of equal support of the iPhone platform, each member could get a personalized cameo from Sean Paul Attorney Shield Works Riaz himself. Add a $50 hidden fee, of course, but hey, it's feedback and money well spent. Flashback, July 1st, 2023. DeCastro features the works of Jeff Gray. Jose Chile DeCastro livestreamed from his Las Vegas office on Friday night and featured videos from YouTuber Jeff Gray from the Honor Your Oath YouTube channel. DeCastro featured his own YouTube shorts based on Gray's videos, including one where DeCastro called the Ocean Springs, Mississippi Police Department to complain about an interaction between Gray and a police officer in front of the City Hall in Ocean Springs. After multiple hang-ups by the dispatcher on duty, who explained that as a dispatcher he could not address DeCastro's complaints and could only direct him to other parties, DeCastro raised his voice and claimed to have come from a military family and that his family came over on the first boats to the United States. The dispatcher again explained that he could only direct DeCastro to others working in the police force and asked DeCastro to call back during business hours before hanging up on him again. After seeing a link to Carlos Miller's Photography is Not a Crime organization from one of Jeff Gray's links, DeCastro again recounted his time associated with the organization. He explained that back when he was associated with the crew, it was before cameras were on all phones, and that 9 years ago in 2013, recording the police was not socially acceptable. Strangely, DeCastro spent the entire hour and 49-minute video featuring content from another YouTube channel without permission. While transformational and covered under YouTube's fair use policy, DeCastro has struck multiple channels in the past year, including Dr. Dave, Frauditor Troll, Welsh News Network, Irish Demon, and others for using his videos in this manner. DeCastro is also actively involved in a federal copyright lawsuit against Kate Peter, Josh Abrams, 50 John Doe YouTube creators, 25 John Doe workers, and YouTube Google itself.